I'm Kweku Mandela. I'm a film producer from South Africa. Beyond that, I work very closely with my granddad's foundation, the Nelson Mandela Center of Memory, the Nelson Mandela Foundation. And I also have a foundation of my own, which I co-founded with my cousin in 2009 called Africa Rising. My granddad kind of knew that if he kept this cycle of hate going, this cycle of fear, the cycle of violence, that he would still be in prison, even though he was, released. Felt like this film is kind of that negotiation with all of us. It's showing us these people who've gone through tremendous hurt, tremendous anger, and who finally come to a point where they could actually look the person who perpetrated that against them in the eye and forgive them. And I think it's that whole notion that we can change our minds, ultimately, the way we feel, but we have to be propelled to do that. Sometimes the easiest thing, and the thing that we overlook the most, is sitting down and discussing things, understanding people. Like, I had a very kind of turbulent relationship with my father growing up, right? Because he's an extreme traditional academic person. He went to boarding school when he was 6 years old. There was one way for me, and I didn't want that life. And it was only when I got older and I started to understand that, like his background, right, where he came from, that I really started to have a better relationship with him, and my mind and my whole kind of outlook changed. And I think it's as simple as that. Like, we all have difficult relationships, whether it's with family members or friends or ex-girlfriends or current girlfriends. How deep do you want to go at the end of the day? Like, how much do you really want to understand about that person? And I think in this day and age where you're hit with all this information and the world moves so fast, it's hard to lose those simple things and overlook them. And so I hope this film will bring attention to that. I hope this film will bring attention to the fact that we're the only ones that are going to be able to provide and choose our future. And we can't do it isolated, right? We can't do it as big nations and small nations. We all need to come together. And yes, there are huge differences, but I think there's something there at the heart of Lake's film. It shows you that if you believe enough, ultimately, and you give it a chance, then you can affect change. Learn about the people around you, learn about your community, and try and bring people together. It's really not that hard. I try and do it all the time. I try and connect people in my community. Not because my granddad did it or that's what he stood for, but just because I feel it's the right thing. It's not good enough to just sit on the sidelines and decide you don't want to be a part of it. And I think that's something that each of us have uniquely as human beings, and we need to use it.